Okay, my friends, another early morning video. Feel inspired. But, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, my friends. Today we're going to take a slight detour, and if you notice that my voice is a little bit raspy, I was kind of getting over a little cold or something. It's been kind of cold here in town. It got to me. So, I sound like Barry White. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing awesome, doing great. Um, this is I'm gonna date the video. It's probably like the week before Christmas. Man, the time has gone so fast. Before you know it, it'll be Christmas 2017. Well, today we're gonna take a slight detour, my friends. A slight detour. Um, this week has been kind of rough. The last couple of weeks been kind of rough at work. Not noticed, but I witnessed a lot of different things. A lot of harsh things that happen here in the city. A lot of tragedies and stuff. And, you know, I've been in this business for almost 20 years. And I'd like to say sometimes that I think I've seen it all. But there are times where it just surprises you. Life surprises you. Or people surprise you. Mostly people. Nature. um, Maybe one day I'll do a series on my adventures in the photography and my photojournalism world, in the news world. Because the news world is a world that's never ending, always hungry, right? In a good and a bad way. But in a great way. I love my job. I love what I do. Maybe I'll do it like as sharing my adventures slash guiding anyone who wants to be or get into this profession, right? Of journalism slash photojournalism, everything and anything. Like I said, used to say, like I said before in other videos, everything has a process. Everything has its own science, right? But the reason I'm doing this video, and it's not a comic book call today, um, the importance of having an outlet, the importance of letting off steam. And like I said before, it's a kind of rough couple of weeks. And, I love comic books and I love everything about them and stuff, but also I love to draw. I love to draw. I love to draw. I love to sketch. I love to color. I love to do all these things. I love to be creative, and I love the creative process. Um, and I love to read of other people, other artists, and other writers, and other people that are creatives or other creatives, right? And I like to read and learn about their process. And it's a wonderful thing because I see a lot of like similarities and a lot of things that, well, I don't consider myself an artist, but I do consider myself to be a very creative person. And I like to see that a lot of other creatives share the same process or the same behaviors or the same characteristics. But I want to talk about a little bit about, well, I'm going to talk about myself, right? Talk about a little bit about my family, but I have three brothers. My three younger brothers. Well, I'm the oldest. My three brothers, whom I love so much, and I always tell them that when I grow up, I want to be just like them. My brothers are very important people in society. Some of them are teachers, and some of them are engineers, and some of them are they have jobs in prestigious colleges and universities. uh, I chose, or it was chosen for me, to go on another path, a different path, and not just in my profession and my career, but it's always been like that all my life. My brothers they would play and have their friends and have different things, and how can I put this? They had like a normal childhood, and so did I. But whereas they wanted to have toys and wanted to go watch TV and stuff, I chose books. I chose pencils. I chose pens. I chose paper. I chose to be on my own. I chose to be. But not chose. I didn't choose. I'm just different. Uh, and it's not a bad thing. It's just the way it is. I'm different. I'm different from my brothers, and it's a wonderful thing. And I'm very proud to say that that I am different. Um, they're married. They have their children. I'm still single. Um, but it's different. you know. So why am I saying all of this? Well, again, blowing off some steam. I always liked to draw ever since I was a kid. Like to draw, like to write, like to make up stories. But I noticed that in doing all this stuff, this creative stuff, that it would help me with my anxiety and help me with my feeling overwhelmed with things. And I always drew. But as I grew up, the drawing didn't come as, I didn't do it as regularly. It was sporadic. A year here, a year there, a year here or there. Anyway, so I, in the current station that I'm at, I'm going to be there. I've been there for almost 9 years, and everybody that knows me and stuff, they know that I love to draw and I love to be creative, and they know, and people come up to me, for me to help them do their stories, to help them put bells and whistles to their stories and edit differently because I have a different style of editing. I have a different cool rock and roll type deal, hip hop type. I have a different style. Okay, different. And people always come up to me, and that's one of the stresses of my job. He said, Joe, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? I need a favor. I need this. I need this. How do you do this? How do you do that? Sometimes it's great. It feels great, to help people and stuff like that. But sometimes it gets overwhelming. But anyway, why am I bringing all this up? Because I'm going to tie all of this to drawing. And as you're seeing the images that I'm doing, I did this a couple of days ago just to let off some steam. And to always keep into practice the pen and the paper and the ink and the graphite, the ink to flow, the graphite to scratch the paper, to mark the paper. To me, that's very therapeutic for me. But it's also very. I keep into practice my craft, if you will. Anyway, so I've taken seriously for the last 4 to 5 years, maybe 6. And it all started with me being embarrassed, and then angry, and then spiteful. One day, an executive producer of mine had told me, or had asked me, "Hey, you know how to draw, right?" He goes, "Well, yeah, I do." He goes, "Well, there's a court case coming up." Excuse me. There's a court case coming up. Very kind of high profile, and they're not letting the cameras in. A lot of like high profile cases, they don't let cameras in. They only let sketch artists in, or courtroom sketch artists go in. I had never done that. I like to draw cartoony stuff. Like comic book style stuff. Things like that of that nature. But he says, I'm very interested. He says, just if you could go in there and just do those courtroom sketches, do a few of them, and then bring them back, and then we'll shoot them, and then we'll air them, on the newscast to say that we were there, and to say, talk about the case and things like that. Anyway, it was a very kind of high profile case, and I had to deal with stuff with the military, and I had to deal with stuff with all sorts of weird stuff, people being accused of sexual harassment and people going, whatever. But anyway, it was a very intense and high profile case here in town. So, I'm all excited, and I get my stuff, I buy some things, a new sketchbook and pencils and pens and things like that. And wake up really early in the morning because, there's a process to go inside and they search you and this and that. And they ask you questions and stuff, and you have to be ready. Sorry, coffee. Today I came prepared, my friends. But anyway, so get prepared and everything, and people are asking me who I am and stuff, and go, oh, I'm a sketch artist. And they're saying, wow, that's cool, and this and that. So they have us, the first part of the trial, well, only a few of us could go into the courtroom, and the rest of us had to stay in another room where they're showing it on camera, on TV screens. And so I had to start in that room. So I'm there in the room, and I'm starting, hey, might as well start. So I start sketching the courtroom, and and then they go to a break, and then they say, hey, you want to come in? I go, yeah, I'll come in. So then I go in and start sketching, and now I see the people, real people and stuff, the judge and the accused and the people that, the plaintiff and the defendants and stuff like that, and I'm sketching away, and people are looking at my stuff and they're saying, wow, that's cool, that's great, man, that's awesome. I said, oh, thank you very much, it's my first time. And I'm thinking all sorts of stuff, wow, this could be a career for me, a career change, because I would most definitely do that. It's very interesting, very cool to capture emotions and capture the scene, capture the drama. So I'm sketching away and stuff. And I've done like 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 pages full of stuff. And the trial just goes on and on. And I had to leave. I spent there maybe like 6 or 7 hours. And they wanted the sketches so they can shoot them and then show them at the 10 o'clock news. So I go in and I go back to work, and everybody's looking at me and they say, oh, wow, that's awesome. They're looking at my stuff. Oh, that's great, fantastic. Wow. Look at the way he does the blacks. Look at the way he does this and that. And I show it to my executive producer, and he goes, oh, that's cool and everything. He goes, just show him to the news director. The news director, before you shoot him or whatever, show him to the news director, which is my version of my J. Jonah Jameson. And I knock on his office and go, hey, man, I got the sketches. You want to take a look at them? He goes, sure. So I give him the sketches, and he starts flipping through them. And his face goes red. Not in embarrassment or not in... So he's flipping through the artwork and stuff, to the sketches, and fixes his glasses. He's red. He slowly looks up at me and he asks me, "What do you think?" Well, I told him, just because you asked me that question, and because of your face, there's something wrong. He goes, yes, they're too cartoony, he says. They're too cartoony, he says. And we're not going to use them. So, I felt like crap. Shit. And I wanted to get a pencil and draw him in a funny way. Excuse me. Anyway, so I went out and they asked me what happened. And I said, well, he didn't like him. So, nothing. Waste my time. But my friends, as I started thinking about all that stuff and started telling myself that, hey, not everybody is going to like whatever, It's more important to learn and to take this as an experience and to move forward. And the anger, the anger and that, you know, spite turned into a very weird, ambitious behavior. I couldn't stop drawing for the next 3 to 4 years. I drew every day for hours. Every day, every day, every day, every day. I was, I'll show him. And, this YouTube channel, I started it by doing, I was featuring some of the packages that I have done in my career. Some of them had to do with conventions and things like that. And then I said to myself, you know what, I want to start doing sketch videos. I said my goal was to do 100. I got up to 45. And that's when I started doing these, well, actually the comic book haul ones. I got some subscribers, but I wasn't doing it for the subscribers, just doing it for myself. Doing it because I was angry. But then that anger turned into passion. Well, anger and passion, anger can be described as passion, right? But it turned into a very passionate, very creative thing, and I couldn't stop until now. I don't draw as often, but I still draw more than what I used to before when I was a kid. But anyway, it helped me. It helped me overcome a lot of anger. Helped me overcome anxiety. Helped me overcome just a lot of bad things, A lot of, and it helped me release energy, Because there was a lot of stuff that was pent up inside and just wanted to explode. And, I'm a very passionate person, And I'm proud of that. I get angry really fast, and when I get happy really fast. And is it bipolar? It might be. I don't know. But no, I'm not bipolar. Again, they say when the person says, "Oh, I'm not crazy," well, they're usually the first one in line to be crazy. But anyway, this is just about me and my thoughts, and how I want to say, that everybody and anybody that's out there that's listening to me, that if you guys feel bad or feel, bad things or negative things or whatever, my advice to you is try to see if you can have it an outlet, like a creative outlet. That certainly helped me a lot, and it continues to help me. And it's funny how I've done so much that when I don't do it, I feel bad and I miss it, And when I start doing it again, it's just fantastic. And because of YouTube and because of the different channels, I've discovered a lot of different artists and different techniques. And the artists that I've come to love because of comic books since I was a kid, Todd McFarlane and John Romita and John Romita Jr., Adam Hughes, Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri, Eric Larson, Will Portasio. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. And notice that a lot of them have videos, and they have different techniques. And then the new guys like Jock and Delato and stuff, and Glapion, Capullo, the newer guys, they have some videos too, And I like to watch them and see how I can mimic or emulate different techniques that they have. But anyway, just the creative process and the passion and to be creative is a beautiful, wonderful thing. Highly recommend it. Feeling down, feeling anything, try something new. Watch the videos on YouTube. Put anything, just put painting, put drawing, put techniques, and it's a very calming thing, very beautiful and positive thing to get into, and I highly recommend it. and it doesn't have to be drawing or sketching. It could be writing. It could be painting. It could be all sorts of things. It could be filming. A lot of people. I've shot a few short films and documentaries and things like that. And when people find out that I do some of that stuff, I've shot commercials too. They always ask me, "Oh, that's awesome," because I'm just waiting to get this camera. I'm waiting to get this lens. I'm waiting to get this whatever. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Well, if you're waiting, you're gonna keep waiting. It becomes an excuse. So my advice to everyone and anyone out there, if you're wanting to do something, just do it. You know, like Nike, right? Just do it. It doesn't matter what kind of camera you got. It doesn't matter what kind of pencil or pen you got. It doesn't matter what kind of brush you got. Get a pencil, paper, boom, that's it. Your iPhone, boom, that's it. Your crappy camera like the one I got, boom, do it. You know, people are doing movies on iPhones now, man. A lot of DSLR cameras, they don't just take photos, they take video too, like mine. It stops every 12, 13 minutes, but but with this little camera, I've done so many things. I've shot different. I've gone to different businesses and I've offered my services, and I've done commercials for different restaurants, and I shot a few little documentaries, a couple of short films, and in short films they don't have to be an hour or two. They don't have to be. They could be like the one I'm working on now. It's like 6 or 7 minutes. I'll be posting that hopefully in the next few months. I'm just waiting for my friend. She is going to be doing the soundtrack to it. And it's about my mom cooking a certain dish, right? Very cultural dish. And, and it's going to be kind of like a short silent film. It's about 6, 7 minutes long. But my friend, she's a musician, she's doing the soundtrack. And I'm just waiting on her. And hopefully it'll be done soon. I'll post it here, But I want to send it off, and I want to I want to put it in competitions and stuff like that, But anyway, you don't have to wait, or you don't have to buy expensive things. Just be creative. Be creative and use what you got. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. Hell, cut your finger and use your blood as a to sketch. Shit, I'll do that. That's creative. You never know. Just plain, don't do that. Get a pencil, crayons. Some of the cool stuff that I've done, is like I've just used pencil and color pencil and black ink. Black ink is just a wonderful thing, man. I love it. And the way you can soften it up by adding water and it's just fantastic. I love it. Anyway, so I guess if you guys have any comments or questions or suggestions, please feel free to comment below. And just wanted to share, a little bit about my life and a little bit about my art. The moral of the story. No moral, no nothing. It's just just me just talking. Wanting to do a video about this, a little bit about how I take things, how I see things, how I do things. Just if you're going through something, try to turn that negative into a positive. Go do something creative and try to get lost in it. And you never know. You could go down different paths. You could learn a thing or two, and just have fun with it. And always just realize that life is beautiful and wonderful, and of course it has its ups and its downs. But like in our adventures, we go out. Sometimes there are storms, but we weather the storms, my friend. Weather the storms. I love the movie The Count of Monte Cristo. The James Caviezel version, where he's doing a toast to the count's son, or the duke's son, I forget. The count, I guess he was another count. And he says, you're going to be out there, you have to weather the storm. And there's the storm coming at you. And he says, you know what, come over here. Come do your worst. Do your worst. I'll be here and I'll do my worst. I'll weather the storm. I'll beat you. That's how you know that you're going to be all right. So, thank you so much for joining me on this excursion. This little detour. Of course, my comics. I'll be back with them. Kind of behind. I'm always behind, right? But anyway, my friends, God bless. God bless. And stay hungry. Keep hunting. But most importantly, be a hero to everyone. Peace, my friends. Always peace. Oh, and then the artwork that I started with, it's my goddaughter's artwork. She she's done a couple of videos with me where I'm drawing with her. And anyway, I love her stuff. It's beautiful. Anyway, until next time, my friends. Peace.